Okay, first of all, let me give honor to God who's first in my life. You know, I do that. That's important. Win or lose, it ain't about winning. Secondly, this is a bad day for me because this is my anniversary. And when these things happen on your anniversary, they're bad. But I got to say, Youngstown played. I can't take it away from them. They outplayed us today. And when a team outplayed you, they deserved to win. We didn't deserve to win. But I'd say this, what we didn't do is do Cleveland State basketball. We made it a offensive game without all our offensive weapons, and that's when things happen to you. If you make it a defensive game, you got a chance to win, but we didn't do that today.
Take questions for DeAndre and Jeremy.
DeAndre, obviously you can't guard everybody, and you locked up Ward most of the game, and then of course the other kid gets hot and down the stretch. It looks like you were guarding Brown, and then Ward gets loose at the end. Just what can you guys do, or what, can you find a way to, lock in those guys, or, get somebody to maybe help out a little bit on that?
That's just, if we lose, we fell as a team as far as defensively. It doesn't matter if we shut down one guy, if that's your guy. Our motto for our defense is team defense. So if somebody's screaming and popping and you have to come from the help side, that's as much as the man who's guarding him and the help side is at fault as well. So we just got to come together as a team, pick up on our rotations, and communicate more.
DeAndre, did you feel like you guys came out, for lack of a better word, a little flat today?
We came out very flat.
Any hint or guess why that happened?
Not really. We just came out flat. Wasn't enough energy out there, and when you try to fight back all game, it can go either way. You can lose and win. Like Coach said, Youngstown played a good game, and we came on the bad side of the day.
Montgomery, you was hot today, but in the second half, you only took 2 shots. Is there some way you're gonna try to get more shots to keep it going?
I wasn't really trying. I didn't really want to, force the issue, because I did take a real bad shot in the second half. So I was just trying to let the game come to me second half, and try to get my guys involved. And it wasn't looking good for the second half, but we're just gonna get back to the drawing board and get better for next game.
Jeremy, do you have a theory about why that first 10 minutes went the way it did? It just seemed like, did you take them lightly?
That's what we just got done talking about that, taking teams for granted. And though these guys are a sneak up team, and those guys are not bad at all. They got good guard play, we got decent bigs down low, and we kind of took those guys for granted tonight, and came out on the wrong side.
Anything else for Jeremy and DeAndre?
What did you guys take away from this loss tonight? What did you learn after this game?
I think definitely coming in with a focused mindset and playing each team like, like they come to us with their A game. So we gotta come out each game not being, having a setback or coming out lazy. We gotta come out with that intensity and energy every game. I'm definitely won't worry about this again.
Anything else for Jeremy? Yeah. Thanks, guys. Questions
Take
for
care.
Coach?
Yeah, thanks.
Do you have an update on Trey?
Well, he's day by day. Got that concussion again. And, you take our second leading scorer out of the lineup. That hurts. That really hurts. But, we just didn't, it was one of those days we just weren't putting all the things together. We had too many breakdowns. In crucial times, we turned the ball over. That came back and haunted us. 2 unnecessary turnovers. And you can't do that against a team like that when the game is on the line and it's tight. You got to execute like that. We just didn't do a very good job.
You're talking about the 2
Off the legs, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you got to, you can't put that in the hands of an official. You got to go get the ball.
Did you feel like in that first 10 minutes that something was amiss? Do you think your guys maybe took this team lightly?
I don't know about taking it lightly. They came out really tough. They came out and they played everybody tough. They're not a bad team now. They've played everybody tough, and they've lost some close games, some real close games. And so they know how to play when it comes. And you know what? They're the only team in our league right now with 5 offensive players that start. And that's why I was disappointed at our effort, because when you're playing 5 offensive players, you got to match it with 5 defensive players, and we didn't do that today.
Why were they able to get so much inside? Maybe I was misreading your body language, but especially early on, you seemed to me to be displeased with how much they were getting at the rim.
Early, they really weren't doing that. What they were doing was hitting. It was the second half, because Ergel, like I gave you, Ergel scored 20 points. He knew he'd never hit a jump shot. And he ended up getting layups because of mismatches and breakdowns. Now, one of the things is Aaron. You know, we got to get Aaron back healthy so he can give us some time out there.
What's his injury again?
He's got a thigh injury and got hit again in it today.
Like a contusion type?
Yeah, it's a contusion.
Left or right thigh?
Right, I think it is.
Okay.
Right, yes.
And it seems like he plays hard, but then at some point they like change shoes on him tonight or something like that. They went and got him new shoes.
I don't know what's going on there. All I know is we trying to get the boy back out on the floor. I mean, they can wear slippers if they want to. Just get out there and play, man. And you know, they caught us at the right moment. Just put it like that. They caught us at the right. We're injured. Half our guys are injured. All that stuff. They caught it right.
Gary, does he get frustrated too, like when he's not getting the ball at all around the basket?
I think he does.
They were zoning. It looked to me like he felt like, you know, it's kind of like he was running in there.
Yeah, you know, that kind of probably frustrated him. But, you know, we have to get to full strength. That's what we have to do.
Gary, they came out the second half. They scored 8 straight times down the floor. I mean, and it wasn't any one thing. It's threes. It's inside. You talk about the breakdowns. Can you be a little more specific?
Well, we didn't play very good defense today. We made it an offensive game. And we tried to match basket for basket. And that's not us. I mean, you know, I told our guys at the end of the game, we only averaged 65 points a game. We got our 67, but we gave up 73 points a game. And you can't give up 73. You know, we played at Toledo, and Toledo was on that same route, because in the first half, they scored 36 points, and we scored 32. And that's all we talked about at halftime. We got to get back to our defense. We came out the second half, shut them down, and then now they couldn't score enough points. We did not do that with this team this time. And you know, there's a lot of things that happen on defense. You know, they exploited part of our traps and hit some shots in the open area. And that's something that we'll learn from. And I think all the kids will learn from that. But we'll just have to give a better effort.
Will there be any substitution?
I'm sorry. You talked about losing Trey offensively, but there's your second best defender too in the game.
Oh shoot, he may be our best defense because he put the pressure on the ball.
Well, I'm saying, but Ward is a guy that all of a sudden, once you flip Brown to Brooks,
yeah,
then Ward, and that I'm guessing it may have been Trey or may not have. I don't know.
Well,
they were available.
Yeah, that would have helped. That would have helped. We need all the help we needed in that game. They shot well too now. Let's don't take that off the thing. Nobody shoots that threes against us, and they shot very, very well. I mean, every time they had a glimpse of a three that was open, they hit that shot. You know, that Ward hit a big three when it's a 2-point game, and I mean, and it wasn't just right
after you would flip.
Yeah,
coming out of that timeout.
and it wasn't right at the 3-point line.
No,
it was out there, and when things are going well, you're feeling good about yourself. And they, you know, they've been dying to beat us, so you know that's a time for them to feel good.
You know, nobody's going to go through this league undefeated this year. History will tell you that 3 or 4 wins, losses, gives you a chance to finish first or tied for first. So I'm guessing that this isn't a crushing loss, but can you?
Well, it is a crushing loss.
Can you use it to?
Well, it's a crushing loss because it's at home.
Right.
Because you still got to play these games, these tough games on the road in this league, and this is a tough league to play on the road. So the crushing loss is at home, and you got to take advantage of your home, and we did not do that today. We went on the road our first 2 games and won 2 games, which gave us an advantage in this league. We just gave the advantage back to everyone.
That makes the next 2 at home.
Oh, their home games are important. In these next 2, the 6 others behind that, we got to do well at home. And we can't, and you know, today was a good crowd. I thought they came out and supported us, and we didn't give them what they deserved, you know, and we got to do a better job at that.
If Trey can't go, what does that do to the starting lineup?
It changes it, obviously. Now, who do we go to? That's I got to think about that. Because that right now we're trying to find out who can do that next move.
Coaches have been known to take a loss like this and use it, you know, as a motivational tool, especially in practice. Is it reasonable to assume that you will do that with this loss?
Oh yeah, we got to do that. We got to do that, but I think every coach does that. But what we got to do is the biggest thing we're going to do is get back to the basics.